Hi, good morning, 8th grade. I did your video last night, but I got to thinking about it, and I thought, you know what, I did that problem wrong or this problem wrong. So I actually got up early this morning, and it is the fourth week of the 6 weeks, you guys. So we ended 3 weeks last Friday. So those of you who are missing work, it is a big deal to get missing work turned in today. All right, you only have today to get any of the assignments from the prior 3 weeks where we did lessons 9-1. Missing work today. All right, missing work. Now there are this one, like 5 of you that truly are missing work still from the 3 weeks in this 6 weeks. Lessons 9-1, you had guided and independent. 9-2, you had guided, independent, I believe. Maybe one of those you just did independent, or just guided, maybe not independent. I just can't remember. But anyway, y'all have got to get that work to me today. You have to. There were 3 Khan Academies as well. And it's very important that I get those today, because we have to take a accumulation of your grade from those weeks. And you know who you are that's missing work. I've been emailing you. I need your papers today. Today. All work turned in. All work turned in. Otherwise, I won't be able to pass you for that week. We can take our grades, put them all together, and give you 1 grade a week. You will not get a passing grade if I do not have your work for the 3 weeks prior. So today we're starting a fourth week of the last 6 weks of the 8th grade year. And we're just going to jump into surface area. We know that area is a squared unit, and this surface area is for a 3-dimensional figure. All right, like a prism. Like if we had a rectangular prism in 7th grade, y'all use nets. You use nets. And we had and she said, okay, you have 4 of those. What's the area of each face of this 3-dimensional figure? Okay? And then you would just add them up. You got to put the flaps on the end. So there's 6 faces on this, and you might have found base times height and found your area. Find the area for each one and added them all up. If there were 2 that were the same, you would just say that area times 2, that I had 2 of those. Surface area is all the areas of each face added up. But in 8th grade, we do have formulas, okay, that you'll be using in lessons 10-1, surface area of prisms, and 10-2, surface area of cylinders. And we'll get to those tomorrow. This one we'll do this week, and this one we'll probably do next week. I'm keeping your lesson short, so let's get work done and turned in today. If you haven't finished everything, get it all turned in today. All right, so for today, let's just start off easy. Let's start the week off easy and put your name at the top of Are You Ready? They're just, these are always easy. They only want us to find the area. We're not jumping into surface area until lesson 10-1, which is tomorrow. So these are easy. The first section only has 4 problems. Number 1 is area of a square. Area of a square. So if we drew a square, we know all sides are equal. And we know for area of any rectangle, A equals base times height. Agree? We know in a square, my friends, all sides are the same. So we usually just label that S for a square. So the formula to use for number 1 is area equals side squared. Just S squared. One side squared to get area of a square. All right, my friends? So that won't be hard. Be sure to show A equals S squared. That would mean plug in 9.3 squared. And that'll be super easy. You plug it into your calculator, 9.3 squared. Get your area and put it right here on the line. All right, my friends? Good deal. Number 2 is a triangle. So we're going to do number 1. We're going to do number 2. And we know area. Okay. This is rectangle right here. I'm going to put that and make some better notes. A rectangle, a square is a rectangle. Or you can just use area equals side squared for number 1. Now, for number 2, sorry about that if I wasn't over, is a triangle. We know a triangle has base times height, like it's shown here. So, area of a triangle, as you recall, just as a review, base times height, and then divide it by 2. Base times height divided by 2. This gives you a base of 14. Goes here. Height, 7. 14 times 7. And then divide it all by 2. And I'm going to get you to work those on your calculator. 14 times 7 divided by 2 for area of number 2. A triangle and the final area. And don't forget your units are squared. Like this one would be inches squared. All right, number 3 is back to a rectangle. Okay, and it's a length area again for a rectangle. A equals BH. So it says length, which would be your base, is 2.5, and a width of 1.5. Now, yes, you may put in 2.5 times 1.5 for area of number 3, area of a rectangle with base and height of 2.5 and 1.5. Feel free to use decimals right there if you like. Okay, let's just omit number 4. So you're going to do 3 areas, to a square, a triangle, and a rectangle. And then omit number 4. Down here is these are circles. Area of circles. And this was area of squares, rectangles, and triangles. All right. So for down below, we know area for a circle, it's right there, I wrote on top of it, is area of, for these 3, but I'm going to omit the one in the middle, pi r squared. Use pi r squared for area of rectangles. I'm sorry, of these 3 circles. We know radius is halfway across the circle, so you would plug, and it says to use 3.14. We can go ahead and look at number 5 right down here. Always start with your formula, please. Pi r squared. Plug in 3.14 for pi. Radius is 18. 18 squared. All right, so let's grab our calculator. And you would want to do 18 squared first. Be clear. So we're going to do 18 squared, enter. And y'all can see it's 324. So let's rewrite another line. Keep it like this, 3.14. 18 squared is 324. Then you multiply again times 3.14, enter. Answer is 1,017 and 36 hundredths. These units are inches squared. So the area for number 5, 1,017.36 inches squared, and write it on that line, please. Omit number 6. You do number 7 by yourselves. And again, it's okay to use 2.5 for 2.5 if you want to use 2.5 for your radius on number 7. But do it just like that. Just like number 5, of course. Okay, so there is your formula. Area equal S squared for number 1. Number 2, area equals base times height divided by 2. There, it's all set up. Finish it. That's how fast and easy your homeworks have been. And number 3, base times height for a rectangle area. 2.5 times 1.5. Work them. Get them done. Then flip the paper or go to the next page to reading startup. It says to use the check mark words for the model or the chart for circles. And the check mark words are area. That's the space inside the circle. The space, flat space inside the circle is the area. And it's squared units. Circumference, my friends, is distance around the circle. All right. Diameter, we know, is all the way across. Radius, we know, is only halfway across, represented with R. D, represented with D, all the way across. Circumference, distance around a circle, all right, is circumference. And which one did I leave out? Oh, and then area is the space within inside the circle. The amount of square units inside the circle. So super easy. So you have 4 boxes, 4 boxes, 4 check marks. Which one goes with which? Line segment represented by R. Pick it. Line segment represented by D. Pick it. Write it over here. Distance around the circle. Which one was of those 4? Around here. And the measurement inside. Fill those 4 boxes in. Easy breezy. Now, a 3-dimensional figure in which 6 faces are rectangles. And I drew one right there. 6 rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these are, each side are called a face. So this is called a what? All right, using our words over here. Area, base, circumference, cylinder. We know a cylinder is this. Right. We know the base is one end. Okay, there's 2 bases in a cylinder, 1 base in a pyramid. A face is each side, the height, perimeter, prism, two base. Perimeter is distance around a figure. Distance around. Prism. Rectangular prism. Triangular prism. Put triangles on each end. Booyah, booyah, booyah. There's a triangular prism and width. So which one is a three-dimensional figure in which 6 faces are rectangles? Well, what's that called? The rectangular prism. Okay, it's a prism. It didn't have it, yeah. Oh, yeah, it did. Sorry about that. It does have it. Rectangular prism, not just prism. Rectangular prism. Nice, nice. Almost done. An individual surface of a solid object. Just one side. How many we counted? There's 6 of them. Booyah. These are called faces. The flat surface for each side of a prism or pyramid. So those would be faces. Is called a face. So you've got 4 boxes. Use your 4 check marks. You've only got 1, 2, 3 problems. 4, 5. 5 problems. So be sure right here. I'm going to go ahead and do number 7. Get it started for you. Pi r squared. And you may use 2.5. Use 3.14 for pi. Radius is 2.5 squared. Be sure to square 2.5. Sorry. All right. So, get all homework in today. Anything from the first 3 weeks of this 6 weeks. And I'll be looking for them. Y'all get them all in. This is super easy. But bravo, bravo to y'all. Have a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.